happened.
Steve, what would be more troublesome for your career? If a photo of you prize hunting, like the Trumps came out, or a sex tape?
A sex tape? Well, a sex tape would be embarrassing. No one wants that. No one wants that. No one would even. Who would even click on that? Who would want to see that? There's no Asians in porn, so no, fuck no. Probably me killing like an animal, because especially in Hollywood, I mean, it's very, very progressive here, so you couldn't do that. If I lived in Nashville or Texas, I wouldn't give a shit. But I've never been hunting in my life. Duck Hunt on Nintendo was the last time I probably did anything even remotely close to it. But
I'll count surprisingly realistic. Yeah.
My dog laughs at me too.
Yeah. It's funny. All the places we're from, nobody would give a fuck about big game hunting. They'd be like, "Well, what'd you get?"
Yeah, I don't know. Like I do look down on it. Like I think I agree with Woody pretty soundly here. That like I don't understand why you want to do that, but I do think that in the end, it's often a good thing for the animals and for like the species that it is done.
The only loser in this situation is Cecil.
Yeah,
if you're hunting to eat, or like my father fishes all the time, whatever he catches, he eats, and what he doesn't think he's going to eat, he puts back in. So I get that. And like my wife's father is from Minnesota. They go hunting all the time. They make their own beef jerky and all that stuff. And, I get that. But if you're just going out to like kill an elephant just to say you did it, like to me, I don't understand that. Why not just let the elephant go to a zoo or just live out its remaining lives, instead of just like you can say you killed it, and then next thing you know, you're at a Chili's in Africa and eating riblets. I don't know. I don't understand the pleasure.
I don't understand the motivation of the people who want
the way to fix this
like that
is to make it so that trophy hunting can only be done with swords. Then people are really going to question whether or not they're going to risk
the old-timey methods. I think the way they used to kill elephants and stuff is they would like drive them over like cliffs and like into pits and stuff like that, into like a bog or something, and then slowly spear them to death.
Oh, that's a lot meaner than a gun.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Okay.
How quickly does a gun kill an elephant?
I mean, if it's an elephant gun.
Yeah, this is something I don't know. Like even an elephant gun.
I think it really depends on like one of the things
the last time I saw an elephant gun was like in Elmer Fudd had like that big one that looked like a foghorn or something. Yeah, that was like an elephant gun. Yeah.
Well, they have them. There's that video online from like 2006 where it's a bunch of like
Middle Eastern guys who can't handle it.
Princes and like Middle Eastern guys who
what gun is that? I feel like it's
a
5.77
flips up because it's so powerful.
T-Rex. I was going to guess that. Yeah. And have you ever shot anything in that class? If you don't know, Kyle's an expert on guns. Is it?
Yeah, I have. Those guys didn't know what they were doing. It kicks incredibly. I haven't shot that one, but I've shot things in that class that are like someone custom made their own rifle. So that there's no, if I said what it was, you'd just be like, what's that? Because there's only two of them that exist, and this guy owns them both because he built them in his fucking garage. But he basically took like he took a 20 gauge shotgun and turned it into a rifle. Like he made custom brass for it. And so it's shooting a rifle cartridge out of a 20 gauge shotgun. And it kicked so hard. But those guys just didn't know what they were doing.
How much? Wow. Like a lot harder than, I think a 12 gauge shotgun's the hardest kicker that I've had.
Yeah, I mean, I can shoot those, like just hold them in my hand like a pistol. That's nothing. I would say that the thing I shot was more than 5 times more than a 12 gauge, maybe 10 times. I leaned all the way forward. Generally speaking, you put quite a bit of your body weight percentage wise on the front foot and sort of lean forward. Mm-hmm. I put 95% to the point where I'm just sort of rocking forward on my front foot, and it rocked me all the way back, and it really hurt. I shot it 3 times and I was black and blue. Just really.
I was on a USO tour and we were going in a Black Hawk from one camp to another camp, and they have those big gun mounts, on those things. And I don't know what the gun was. I'm not aficionado.
It looked like the old time one, a minigun.
No, like it had a handle here and a handle here, and I think a trigger here. And he's like, "You want to shoot this thing?" I'm like, "Fuck yes, I want to shoot that thing." So he's like, "Just hit any of this, it's just sand. You're flying over the sand in Afghanistan." So he's like, "Just hit the sand." So you're hitting the sand, and there's such a kick. You're just rocking back and forth. I'm sure if you had more experience, they know what to do. And you're just seeing the sparks tinge off the sand. It was really cool. And then, like an idiot, I go, hey, could I take my shirt off and have somebody videotape me like Rambo? He goes, no, man, you can't take your shirt off and shoot the gun. And just like a typical guy idiot, it's like, I wanted to do the Rambo shit where I was oiled up. Ah! I thought that'd be kind of cool. And he's like, no, I let you shoot the fucking gun, you idiot.
All that would do is just really highlight all my trouble areas.
Me too.
Like, oh God, my belly's really getting
Just vibrating.
I don't want that at all.
Right after the start. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably a 50 cal. It was probably a Madus.
Yeah, probably a mod. That'd be my guess too. A Madus.
I've been
Madus 50 cal.
I've been running every day lately. I'm doing this thing where you run a mile a day for 30 days. All right, cool. And like my skin almost shifts like at a different cadence than me. I feel like who's the guy from? I'm ruined. He's like a lobster person. Fry's in the show from the creators of The Simpsons.
Yeah, the lobster guy from Futurama.
Oh,
Yes.
Zoidberg. Dr. Zoidberg.
Zoidberg.
Dr. Zoidberg.
I don't know what I really look like, but in my mind's eye, it's Zoidberg with the extra skin just bouncing around.
When he doesn't have a shell on.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
It's
flattering.
just disgusting.